Oh, I can't see the color running through your veins, and I can't breathe.
Greetings, my good people. Of course, my name is Victor Rono of the It's Victor Rono Speaking show and the anthem, show up for yourself despite everything. Remember to always show up for yourself. So, there's a discussion that is going on at the moment. Kuna discussion about Kalenjin entertainment, or rather the entertainment in the whole Kalenjin area. So, due to the passing on of Chongin, the comedian, so there has been a lot of opinions out here, and I really want to have an opinion about how it works, because it's more like an opinion of someone outside looking inside. Let's use the statement that. So there's this video I came across about Chongin's sister who spoke in his funeral. So I will let this play before we continue. So let's go.
Akasengal cheruote chelele matinye family chonge yakiro nebo tionge amatonon akamwa kole kokilege kobate matakomuka koloe milen nekibokokwe baba chepyosok oe kone akone mingin kebakach sukul anendet sikosop chichi amun kinyone kokikararan kokini neu Chongi kitinye Chongi kit nebo kabwatet mi osinye metit tuguk chekebore kabwatet ko en memory komi oengu nebo kabwatet ak non konosto ko Chongi komowo class lakini kiyai kit nekakobarte so mheshimiwa kakisomin en koming'inetabgei the next of king neribe family nebo Chongi komomi age kiunito kosomin nomwe chichi amun kitar fofo igere legende.
You've had the video, so let's have this discussion about the video. So basically, you might know, or most of us huko nje wote, before you start creating your own wealth, you always have something to compensate for, rather cover up first before you start your own journey. And from that video, it's clear that Chongin had a lot going on in his family. They were not probably where we always thought they were, but we were so quick to judge. But as you heard from the sister, this guy was holding the whole family, and as you heard, he gave the family the name yani Kiyai Kotok family, and the family now got visibility using this creativity that the guy had all through. So that is all I have to say, because we are so quick to judge. I'm not going to judge him. I mean, this is probably, it was premature, because that guy probably would have achieved so much by the time his lifetime was coming complete, full cycle. So hi, wacha niwachie hapo. And there was a video I'm reacting to. There have been opinions on Kalenjin entertainment. Information has gone out here a lot. Yani kuna watu kuna opinions, kuna watu, and I watched an episode this past weekend about a few Kalenjin entertainers who had their opinions about what was going on. So as a strongly opinionated person, I have a few things to say. So I'll start with the statement that broke people always go broke trying to act rich, and rich people act broke when in the real sense they are rich. So this is more like a statement of we perceive you but by how you move. Vitu chenye unatufanyia na chenye unatuonyesha is where we will perceive you to be that person. Because when you be taking pictures in high-end places, when you hang out with the top tier, you know, when you have good cameras and everything nice, you know, we will assume you're okay, because not everybody has access to these things huko nje. So let's remove the complaint that it is the Kalenjins who make you who act like you're rich for no good reason. The reason why people think you're rich is how you move. The perception comes in through how you carry yourself. So I'll start with a few opinions. to those opinions, I'm going to have a few questions that I'm going to ask. Just a simple 4 questions that I'm going to ask, and probably you can bear me witness. I'm not trying to beef with anyone, but if you want beef, we can be cooking the beef always. But anyway, that's on a lighter note. So, judging that building numbers is not an easy job, having a community, either on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, or whatever, having a community that believes in your craft is not an easy thing. People have built it over time. I'm trying here, man, with my 140 subscribers. I'm not complaining. But once you get this, once you're able to understand this journey, once you're able to see how hard it is, venye inakonga ni jasho damu anze na machozi to get to where you are. Once you have this community, what are you doing with this community to help others or lift others? Would you rather have people walking through the same pains and the same sweats to get to where you are, or would you rather easen it for them? So long as someone has shown intention of wanting to do it from the heart, I think it's easy if you just stretch a hand and you hold them. So from these entertainers, I can give one example of my experience. Basically, is I've been trying to. Dokiche is my friend. Dokiche has a hit. Dokiche had the best hit most of last year on TikTok and everywhere. People were singing along to his song, but they don't know his name. So I went on this campaign of trying to create the visibility with my 140 subscribers for him. So we did an interview, and thereafter I was asking him how does, and you can go from my episodes. I think when I was starting last year, I had episodes that say practice what you preach, and I mentioned all of them because I was asking people. You've said you support, you said you mean good intentions, you've been posting for us motivational talks here and there. What are you doing to uplift the next one? So, and I was asking about Dokiche, but man, I was given blue ticks here and there, and I said, you know what? After all, these people are not gods, But when the truth now comes in that you guys are acting the flashy life and everything, but you don't hamuna kitu, it pains you. But now that you're having this discussion, the reason why I'm having this discussion is because it pains you that the fact that it pains you that we've seen probably you're living fake suko nje. And kama if you have it, stay. I'm always saying, if you can stay 1 year without having an income, 1 shilling coming in, if you can stay 1 year of just you putting out money and giving out money without you being broke, I mean, that's what I call being stable. But because a gig 2 or 3 months usha sota, man, that is hand to mouth, That's like the 8 to 5 job. So what are you doing? The question is, what are you doing with this community? Unafanya nini? I went out and asked, but this is an example that I'm giving out that it didn't work out. So probably you should go and ask yourself, what are you doing with this community? How many people? You have platforms? It doesn't have to be about the red card always. It's about also having to support someone who's going to be the next one, not having these discussions and not doing anything. The next one is, there were questions about, probably if you have access to the corporates, if you have access to these politicians, if you have access to these who's and who's in this country, probably the Kalenjin land. But let's be honest, man, you're the same people who always takes pictures of these people. Sometimes jump into their choppers. Sometimes walk into their offices and take pictures with them. Sometimes you actually go and entertain them in their events. And I'm asking myself, who better can have these discussions with them if it is not you to call them, because you have access to them? You can never ask someone who's in the village there to do that because you have access here. Nido mukona access, you guys can reach them. And you have a name already. You just write to the office and tell them, I want to see them. For the corporates, let me tell you one thing about the corporates. I've been long enough out here to tell you that corporates will not look for you. It is you to look for them. There are many entertainers out here, And have you ever tried to walk into the office and tell them, guys, these are the numbers I have. This is what I can do for you. Let's give it a try for this period. This is my rate card. Can we discuss about this? Because it's mutual benefit. You're getting the money, they're getting the visibility using you, through you. Nani anasaidika hapa? So how far have you gone with that? So I'm I'm trying to build on these numbers, but I can promise you when I get these numbers right, I'll be working in those offices like nonsense. But anyway, okay. The last question is, there's the question about the sherehe and the alcohol life of the entertainers. In my opinion, the sherehe can go two ways. There are people who are meant, I think if you ask me, there are people who are meant for sherehe. I mean, they can do 72 hours of alcohol and still drive and still get home. But it's something gradual. It's something that will take a toll on you gradually. You might be at 20s starting out well, but by the time you're 40s, that thing will have knocked you out, you know. And not everyone can contain it. Not everyone is meant for alcohol. I personally, from a personal level, I think I'm not meant for that thing because I am not this person when I take that thing. That's why I decided to space it kidogo. I keep a distance kidogo, but yes, alcohol has affected most of the people out here. Let's be honest about it. This life you're going to celebrate out here, na mnasema sherehe, beba sweater, charger na nini. You know, it's all jokes, it's all fun and games until someone becomes an addict. Someone has to lose a job because they couldn't wake up. Someone loses their A game because it has affected their judgment. You know, it has affected their workability, their aggressiveness, because this thing can take a toll on you. It can get you to a careless lifestyle that probably will throw you off. You know, there are many things that are going out. If it's not an accident, it's probably being sherati huku nje with bad things that are going on out here. You know, I don't want to mention specifics, but if you can limit yourself and if you think you can handle it, I mean, you're an 18-year-old, you have an ID, you're a mature person, you make your decision. So, you know, what I'm just saying is, let's practice what we preach. When you go on a podcast and say you mean well, when you say wewe ni Rosafi, you're just building a brand for the next one, you know, all these talks about being good on it. Start with let's see the actions. It's going to leo ni talk alafu kesho you miss out. And for any entertainer who's probably out here and trying to start out, let me tell you, there can only three things. There's only one thing you should fear. So long as God has given you that talent and God has given you that ability to do what you do, His grace will be sufficient also when coming through for you. It might not happen tomorrow, next week, or the next, like what you're building here. It might take time, but eventually it will come to pass. This is my opinion on the Kalenjin entertainment. My name is Victor Rono. This is Victor Rono Speaking Show. Peace out.